Alright guys, I got a few packages to open today. 3 are going to be from Tekton, 1 is going to be from Amazon. There's multiple packages in each one of them. So let's go ahead and get started. First one's going to be the Amazon one. So I went ahead and blacked that out. Hopefully it doesn't really mess with my address there. This first one is going to be storage for what is to be unpacked in a little while. So we're going to start with 1, 2, get the box thrown off. So what we're going to be working with right here is going to be storage. One is SAE, one is metric. Green is going to be SAE, I believe. And let me just show you
what we got in the box. Olsa tools, 3-piece set.
There's going to be one side Spanish, one side English. Okay, there you go for y'all.
English 3-piece set SAE magnetic socket holder. Set includes 1/4 inch, 3/8, and 1/2 inch. Nothing too much to the packaging. I'll show you the red one. The red one looks a little bit better. So it's the same thing. Olsa tools. One is going to be metric. All 3 of them are going to be metric. Each one has a 3-piece. So 1/4 inch, 3/8, and 1/2 inch. That just gives you a little bit of a view of what we're going to be looking at here in a little bit.
Let's go ahead and open the SAE first. Very excited about this. I just came back from vacation for a few days and came home to all this packaging. It got delivered right before I got home. So I was very anxious to get here. So if we look right off the bat, we're going to have, this is going to be the 1/4 inch one. Everything is going to be labeled very nicely. It looks really good. Forgive me if there's like a shadow. I have like a weird setup right above you. But we do have the Olsa tools. And then everything's going to be kind of tapered downwards. And then this whole top one, for all of them, is going to be the same height. So this is going to be the 1/4 inch. We have 5/8 to 1/8, and then on the top we have 1/8 to 5/8. This is going to be the deep, this is going to be the shallow. You can kind of get a size comparison as you look at all this stuff. I can get a ruler in here as well. This one's going to be the 1/2 inch. It's going to be from 7/8 all the way to 3/8. And then this, it says AD. I think that's the adapter right there that you can put in there. What should happen is this whole shallow area is going to be magnetic, as well as the bottom, so you can slap this on the side of your toolbox. And also they should be magnetized within it. So this is just good for socket organization, so your box isn't looking all crazy. It's a little bit pricey compared to like the Harbor Freight. You can get like $7 and you can pay, well, it's $7, and then you can get like the little plastic little forks. But they kind of jiggle around. Want to try these out. These are each about $62 per 6 or per 3. So that is, like I said, a little on the pricier side of things as far as for toolbox organization goes. But if it works out, then I don't see any issue with the pricing. This one's going to be the metric side. This is all the SAE that we just did here. This is going to be all metric. So these are all the whole numbers. So we have 6 all the way to 20, and then 6 on the deep end, all the way to 20. Same thing. It tapers downwards on the front, but all the top is going to be the same. So that is going to be the 3/8. This one's going to be the 1/4 inch. This is going to be from 4mm to 14, including the 4.5 and 5.5. I see there. Same thing. This one is slightly tapered with a tall, all uniform top end. Get this trash out the way. It actually seems like it came with, I didn't see, a little sticker, Olsa tools. I wonder if the green one, oh yeah, the green one did come. One is red. I guess both are red. I would think they'd be different colors, but can't complain when it's a free sticker there. So Olsa tools. And then of course this one being the massive one, this is going to be the 1/2 inch set. So we got from 10mm to 20. Same thing, the AD for the adapter. Actually, this goes from 10 to 21. So it's just a consistent row of them. So it's not deep or shallow, it is just one or the other, and I guess you can alternate as you need to. So right there, just looking at it, you know, obviously not putting anything in them yet. We will get to that in the end of the video, but really, really good quality. It feels like they're pretty robust. Nothing's going to be too much of an issue there as far as if they take a scratch. It's not too bad. The magnetic right there, it looks pretty good, and we will check that in a little while. So let's go ahead and get into the other 3 boxes that we do have. That's going to be the Tekton set. I will get the actual image on the video later on to show you exactly what I bought, how much I paid for it, and descriptions as well on the bottom. This is my first review video, so you know, I'm still new to everything, but I know that I couldn't really find any information on this as well as what else I got, let alone all together. So hopefully this helps out anyone that's kind of on the same page as me, looking for information, just seeing how everything works, how everything fits in a box. So let me go ahead and get this cleared up, and then we'll get to the other stuff. All right, we're going to start with the first box, which is going to be, by the size of it, I'm assuming it's going to be the 1/4 inch setup. So I have a full, unfortunately I'm filming with my phone, so I can't say off the top of my head what they actually are, the item numbers and anything. Maybe you'll say it within the box. But what I bought is a 3-piece total Tekton socket set. This is I think it's 216 pieces total. All he's gonna have the box right here. 1/4 inch drive, you see. Again, sorry for that shadow. But Tekton on the front, nothing on the back.
2 lift clips right there. Nothing on the side. Let's go and see. This is the first time I'm getting to see it as well, guys.
So I'm real excited. Like I said, coming home to new tools is always a good thing. So right off the top, kind of got that loose. I'm not too sure. Oh, okay. Just wasn't clipped in. So just some trash right there. Get that off to the side. And right here we do have a full set. So this is going to be the double. It's going to be SAE and metric. You have a few adapters there. You do have this ratchet with an adapter, and that is for bits as well. So the 1/4 inch bit adapter to get in any screwdriver bits, you know, Phillips, whatever, the flathead, or hex. And you do have this screwdriver. I think it's cool. You know, it's all right. It also seems like you can put a bit right on the bottom, just to save it, maybe, or if you need some additional support, I guess so. Nice ratchet. It's 92, maybe 92 tooth. Very nice. I was concerned as far as how I would feel about these. This one is oddly slim. Good and bad, maybe. I'll have to get some other ones in reference, but it feels actually quite nice. That 92 sounds really good. A good retention on everything. If you're hearing that click, it's really in there. These are all loose though, I believe. So like I said, we're gonna have metric and SAE. As far as for the metric side, we're gonna do 4mm to 14mm. And then we're gonna have deep sockets. Those are the shallow. We're gonna have deep, same thing, 4 to 14, as well as the 4.5 and 5.5. This is a full no skip. So then for the SAE, we're gonna have 5/32 all the way to 9/16.
And if I can show you, they are all labeled. Look pretty good. I know some people were saying they took like Sharpie pens and kind of just touched the top of all of them to make it easier. I will be taking all this out and putting it into the new trays. This is another thing, a little parts tray. So what people do is, they're not magnetic or anything, but I think you could do it if you wanted to. But, you know, if you're going to take this over there to your vehicle or wherever you're working on, you could always just kind of throw some screws, some bolts while you're working on it. Maybe the few bits that you need, the go-to ones, you can put in there so you're not like putting them back or anything. But we do have what I think is maybe like a 3 and a 6. Maybe this is like a 2, 2.5, and then this is like a 5 or 6 inch adapter. They are straight, so they don't have that wobble option. It is just a fixed straight head, but it's still good. You know, I have all that I need as far as adapters go, but it's always nice to have
those thrown into there. This one's going to be a little hard to get out. This is a
flex head wobbly socket right there, adapter, and I know those trays that I had
the option to put that in there. But off the top, if we just, here, let me get the biggest one. This is going to be a 14.
We do have, sorry about that guys, 14 etched in there.
It's going to say
Tekton with a part number.
Sorry if that's not focusing too well. Just have to take my word for it. What is the good thing is they don't have a that's no questions asked warranty. So all you do is you send them the part number and they ship it back to you. The reason I chose Tekton was because they have multiple incentives you can find. If you're a student, I believe it's 15% off. And if you are just a normal consumer, you can purchase this with 10% going back into rewards. So the entire set cost me, I believe, about $405 after everything. With that $405, I think it's pre-tax, maybe $370. You do get $37.64 I got in rewards, so I can apply that to a future purchase. Sorry about that. So that's a good way to do it. I used to work with Tekton. I used to have impact sockets, you know, the black ones and everything. And it was just time for me to upgrade to a new set. I do have a Husky, maybe 100-piece set that just wasn't doing it at the time. I do want to, you know, I got a new couple boxes. So that is going to be the 1/4-inch one. I'm just trying to kind of beef up what I have as far as for my toolbox goes. This one's going to be probably the 3/8. This is super cool, guys. I'm just super excited about this. Hopefully I'm getting all the information out there that, you know, you can benefit from, seeing how everything comes packaged. Nothing too crazy as far as, you know, they have a nice box. It is raining. It kind of snowed here in Texas randomly, so that did kind of get the boxes a little wet because, like I said, I was getting home while they were getting delivered. So a little bit of a bigger one right here. Same thing, we got Tekton right across the front. We do have a zip tie holding it in and 2 lift clips.
Nothing on the sides, just hinges on the back.
So let me see if I can get this.
Alright, we got the zip tie off. Actually, if you look at this right here, we have a 3/8 drive, 1/4 inch to 1 inch. And 6 to 24. So this is going to be the 3/8 clip right there, and you can see this is
slightly bigger of a set. So just some cardboard, get rid of that. What we have here is we're going to have the deep sockets, which are going to be from a 6mm all the way to a 24. Very big size. You don't find this in standard tool sets, and it is a no skip. So we have 6 all the way down to 24, no skip. We have the shallows right above it, and then we're going to have the SAE side, which is going to be 1/4 inch to 1 inch, and as well as the deeps above that. If you see right above it, it did come with a nice breaker bar. It came with a U-joint adapter, a 3-inch extension, a 6-inch extension, as well as a ratchet with that 92. I believe it's going to be 92. Feels real good. If you look at it, there is the Tekton etched into there, and it is in there. It's not just going to scratch off or anything. Sorry if this stuff's getting a little foggy. It is cold here in Texas, like I said. Not common, but you can hear that retention. If you are going to be taking this to the job site or to the vehicle, this is a good set to have as far as, like, this stuff's not going to fall out, but all of these are loose, right? So those can still fall out. But like I said, I'm going to be transferring them over to another case. But it is something good that they allow the purchase, you know, to have this box. All 3 of them have the box, and that's just really nice to have in case you're not going to be using them at a stationary setup such as a toolbox or anything, or your car is kind of maybe out in the parking lot. So real good. Same thing with these. This is just going to be a 20.
So you do have the Tekton etched in.
The number, only one-sided. Let's see, just kind of how.
That feels really good.
It is going to be the ball.
I don't know if you see that.
It's not just fixed, so that's going to be really good. I just prefer to have that ball release. Some people don't, some people do. That's just me. So same thing, breaker bar. I'm not too sure on the size. It could be maybe a 14. Let me get a tape measure and check. It's going to be, it says it's at 19 or so. Probably at full extension it's going to be 20. So that is really nice to have that size in there as far as the breaker bar. Usually, you know, if you are already dealing with tools, you already have adapters, you have breaker bars. But if you're just getting into it, this is a really good set. And for the money, you can't beat the no skip setup. So we're going to move on. We're going to close this one up. And we're going to get the 1/2 inch next. All right, and here is the 1/2 inch one. I'm going to try and cut this up a little quicker. Knife is pretty dull. But they'll still get the job done. So as you see, as I'm opening this as well with y'all, it seems that this one is the 1/2 inch, but on top of that, it came with this kind of cover, a little display cover on top of it. So that's interesting right there. So we'll get this out. Pretty heavy. So here we go. We're going to have the part number right at the top. This is going to be SKT25302. 1/2 inch drive, 84 piece. This is all 6-point. I prefer 6-point. I know some people prefer 12. Most of the time you can find a mixture of everything, but this one was good for me just because everything is only 6-point. So we do have the Tekton on the side, universal joint, 18-inch breaker bar. Probably that's the same size as that, what they consider it. 3-inch extension, 10-inch extension, and this is a 10.5-inch ratchet, 90-tooth, 4-degree swing. Large, easy to read, die stamped, markings.
We do have a little bit more information here on the top.
It's going to be Tekton, all that I just explained, plus a picture of what's going to be inside. And it's just going to show you pretty much all the sizes right there. Nothing too crazy. And the storage case, obviously. And same image on the front as there is in the back. So we'll just go ahead and same thing. Pop that open. And we'll kind of use this stuff here in a little bit. But for most of it, it's just kind of an unboxing. So no need to keep any of this. I do see some damage on one of those boxes right now. I'll show you. So actually, if you saw, the box kind of had a little bit of a dent right there, and you can see it shows actually here as well. So I'm gonna tilt this at a little bit of an angle. I don't know if you see, it does have this kind of a break in the box. I'm sure, you know, it's a storage case. It's not a huge issue. If I really wanted to complain about it, I could, and I just may, just to see how they work with their warranty. You know, I know this would bother some people. I'm not putting it back in this case. I'm putting it somewhere else, but it's still good to know if they can back this situation, and I'm unboxing it as you see it as well. This box being the 1/2 inch drive, it doesn't say the sizes, but we have 2 lift clips, one on the left, one on the right, and being that it's so big, and this is pretty heavy, guys, as far as just like walking around with it, it's not the most comfortable thing. We have 2 lift clips on the sides as well. So right there, 1, 2, very robust, not the easiest to open, which is good. You don't want your stuff flying around. Very loud. I don't know if you hear that retention there. So this one's going to kind of go off camera. We do got the cardboard as well. And this set is going to be huge. So I'm going to actually get rid of this bar right here, which was telling me where I can go, just so I can pull this down a little bit more.
Let's see, can you see everything? As far as the bottom goes, you have the,
let's try and move this. So you have the 18-inch breaker bar, nothing really to see there. You do have the sizes, 32 being the max. So let's come down a little bit. So we do have the deep sockets, which are going to be here as well as here on the second row. So we're going to go from 10 to 23, continue on from 24 all the way to 32. This is a huge set, guys. Like full no skip. Like I said, this was a huge thing. Just couldn't beat it. There is 2 parts trays here. There wasn't a part tray on the 3/8. And you don't have to buy this as a big set, guys. You can buy the 1/4 inch, you can buy the 3/8, you can buy the 1/2 inch, and each one has their own amount of tools in them. You can get the full set, you can get the smaller sets if you don't need everything. This kind of fell out here, it looks like. On top of that, you know, different prices for everybody's purposes and stuff. I just wanted to do this one time. I didn't want to do this again, so that's why I went for the full set. We do have the shallow socket, same thing, 10 all the way to 32, and this 32 is just massive, guys. I probably won't ever use it, but it's good to have.
So the same thing, Tekton
Die stamped is what they're saying. It is on there. It's not going to scratch off. And I think this is going to be the same thing, 90 tooth. And it's going to have that quick release on the top, just like all of them. This one is pretty massive as far as for a 1/2 inch. I have smaller 1/2 inch ones, but that's just what they gave you. Again, good retention. That parts tray actually goes as in an L shape, and this one is just a small rectangle, but still something nice to give you. You do have the U-joint right above here, very massive. 10-inch extension, 3-inch extension. Let's try and get this back in there. There you go. We're going to come down a little bit. For the shallow sockets on the SAE side, we're going to have 3/8 all the way to, let's see, what are we doing? Shallow. Okay, so 3/8 to 13, or no, to 7/8, and then 15/16 continued to 1 inch and 5/16. Then we're going to have the deeps, which are going to be same thing, 3/8 all the way to 1 inch and 5/16. Really, really big set. Everything looks really nice. Nothing's, you know, there's some scratches on this stuff, but I mean, what's not going to get scratched, guys, really? I know you're spending $400 is a good amount of money, but they're tools. You know, I'm pretty easygoing when it comes to that. The box, like I said, I don't have an issue, but that may bother someone else. So we'll see about that. These, though, what I'm seeing, these all have retention on the top end, and these are all loose on the bottom.
The reason for that is so you can still close it, I guess, and that's not going to fall out. But if you were to close it
from the bottom the other way, all the stuff would fall out. So something to keep in mind. We're going to go
close this up,
and then I'm going to go ahead and pull the little trays with the corresponding set, and we're going to kind of just move them around, do a little bit of a time lapse. So let me go ahead, clear this table off, and then we'll get that going. Alright guys, as y'all can see, these are all set up already. I just want to show y'all, I knew that they weren't all going to fit in this. This is kind of a standard purchase, so not all of them are going to fit, but it was the best one that I could find. I'm very OCD about kind of everything filling up, but you can see I do have all my deep sockets in here for the 1/2 inch, and I do have a 28, 29, 30, 31, and 32 left over of the shallow, and I have the, what is this one? The 1 inch and 5/16 shallow for the 1/2 inch. All the full deep sockets are still in there. Maybe I'll have to check out something else. Maybe get another one of those specifically for that. This is the 1/2 inch box. This still has the little divot there on the inside. Let me grab a 3/8.
Here's a 3/8 box.
I do have 21, 22, 23, and 24 for the shallow and the deep for the metric, and for the SAE I have 11 30-seconds, 9 30-seconds for the shallow and deep.
for the 1/4 inch.
This is the only one I actually just realized that doesn't have a handle. So if I push these forward, 1/2 inch, 3/8, this is 1/4 inch. I mean, you don't need a handle, but just something to keep in mind. So this one fully worked out. I didn't even have a chance to put the adapter in with the other one. Since there was some spaces, I did put the adapters. So all these completely filled up, and I knew this one would. The other ones were questionable. So let me just scoot this forward, and I'm going to show you what we have. So we have the 1/2 inch. This is going to be from 10 to 21. I just used all shallow. And then the adapters right here, that's the AD there. I will say, looking at it, I guess it should be like kind of like this when you open your drawer. If you look at it directly, I can only see pretty much the first line of numbers, but it should be about like so. So I think I'll be able to see everything, and I'll show you in a little bit. But just to show you, everything is magnetized to the tray, and the tray is magnetic. So if I flip this over, nothing's falling out. That's super neat. And you can just, like I said, slap this on the side of the box. If you really want to, you can put it on the truck or the car that you're working on. That is going to be the 1/2 inch metric, 1/2 inch SAE. We've got the 3/8 SAE, the 3/8 metric. And you can see this one's a little bit easier to read, even on a tilt, because it slants from this left side to the right side. And then you can see all the numbers pretty easy. Really nice. Same thing, even with all of those, nothing is falling out. You can see my hand. Slight wiggle if you really wanted to, but nothing more than the box will do. So shifting that forward as well. This is where we're going to have the issue as far as the, this is going to be the 1/4 inch. So from 4 inch to 14, or I'm sorry, 4 millimeter to 14 with the 4.5 and 5.5. All of them are filled up perfectly fine. But if you see this, the SAE setup, actually, let me move this. They are color coded specifically just so you can't purchase all of this the same color through Amazon. It is, and there's another brand that does the exact same thing. I went with Olsa tools just because a couple of the reviews, and it just looked better as far as the they all have the same thing. This brand is Olsa tools, the other one was over here, and I think it just had maybe one less or something, or it wasn't magnetic. The presentation wasn't the best on the Amazon like pictures, but this one right here being the SAE, we are missing the 1/8, 5/8, 5/8, 1/8 deep and shallow. That's just something to keep in mind. It sucks because, like I said, I like everything to be filled. This is the only one. All the other ones, everything is filled up. I'm fine with having extra tools in the boxes, but as far as having these missing, that kind of sucks. So I may just put some adapters or try something else. So let me go ahead and show you what these look like inside my toolbox. Let me go ahead and just get a time lapse of me reorganizing that. Like I said, I do have a new box, so everything's still kind of new. We're still moving into this home. So just give me a minute, bear with me, and we'll just set a time lapse. I'll try and get some good lighting, but can't guarantee that. And then we'll get this stuff in there and show you what it looks like. Show you before I set you up. This is what I have that I'm working with right now. Everything is a mess still, but it's the Husky. I do have another box over there. I am a woodworker by trade and by what I do, but I used to be a mechanic as well. I did have a similar Harbor Freight toolbox. This one is the Yukon. I want to say it's the 50 inch or so, maybe 49. I had this one as well as the mimicking one for over here, but I just recently purchased this one. This one was from a scratch and dent. I think it's like $1,200 brand new, but I got it for $7. You can't beat it. A couple scratches. Like I said, I don't care whenever stuff's a little damaged, and especially if I'm saving a couple $100 and it didn't affect the integrity of the box, so no issues there. But this is the drawer that we're going to be working in right here. So I did intentionally save that whole back space for the sockets. I didn't want to have all the weight really in the front. I wanted to distribute that. But unfortunately, I do like matching everything, but this is Husky. This is a full set as well, going from 8 millimeter to 27, and then vice versa on that with some stubbies. And then these are all my extensions as well. This was good stuff to get as far as, what is it, not Christmas? Yeah, no, I think it was Christmas. The Christmas at Home Depot. This was like $50 to get these I think it was 60 pieces. Couldn't tell you. I can try and throw a picture up as well of that one, maybe around here. But let me go ahead and set y'all up, and we're going to be working on this area here in a bit. Alright guys, so here's just a quick view of the top main drawer. We do have the 1/2 inch on the right, the far right. We have the 1/4 inch in the middle, and then, no, I'm sorry, 1/4 inch on the left, 3/8 in the center, 1/2 inch on the right. We do just have a few things right here. This is the same box that I bought it in, so I don't know about that yet as far as where I'm going to put that. I do need to get the ratchets in here as well. I still got to figure out, you know, box organization and all. But just to show you, this stuff does magnetize in there very well, and it also magnetizes to the drawer. So the stuff isn't really moving anywhere once you place it. Even with a little bit of the wiggle of the drawer, nothing's really happening. I did load the back of the drawer with the sockets rather than the front. Just to show you the size, we do have a 50-inch drawer, and it is, I believe, 22 maybe. It's 21 3/4 deep. You can see that right there. And the overall box length is a 72. Okay, you see that. So I'm going to show you one quick one. So you grab the socket sets, right? You put it on your workbench, you're working or whatever. Well, just like these magnetic trays, right? Since the bottom is also magnetic, you just throw it right there. And that's so cool to just have that option. So once you finish there, you take it off. Still same thing, nothing's really moving in there. Go back to your drawer, fit it back in your drawer. I will say, so I mean, I'm not one to really use the SAE, that's why they're in the back. I wish the green was the metric, but you can't do that, so that's not an option. I can see all the numbers just fine. I'm pretty much putting this right at my face as far as like pressed against my nose. So this is my view essentially, right? So I have a full view, that 27, everything. I can see it all. I can't see, with just the way I placed it, I can't see this front row of any of the SAEs in the back. Does that matter? No, because I'm not really going to use that. But like I said, it was a purchase that I did not want to make again. So went ahead and bought everything. And I'll show you my weird setup, right? My garage is trashed right now. This is how I had y'all. This is a saw stand. And I had y'all pointed down. These are the boxes. So I still need to go through these and figure out what I'm going to do about that. But just to show y'all, we got Tekton 1/4 inch, Tekton 3/8, and Tekton 1/2 inch. Along with the Olsa Tools magnetic socket holder. So all in all, full investment for the Tekton, $405 out the gate. That's complete purchase, maybe a few cents on top of that. These $62 each, so I think it was like $120 to $130 to get 6 of these holders. So you can take the 4, 5, 30, so $530. Big expense, not gonna lie, especially if you're just getting into things. But to have all this right here, a full set, no skip, and there's still more sockets in those boxes with adapters. Technically, I didn't even have to buy this. This was purchased a little while back during Christmas. I just bought those. So you don't even have to buy all those sockets because you do have, or not all the sockets, all the adapters. You have adapters, you have ratchets, breaker bars. You have a full set here. So you can skip that as far as purchasing all these adapters. And this is 1/2 inch, 3/8, and 1/4 inch fixed. Wobbles, they do have the little wobble top, so you can kind of pull it out a little bit and wobble a little bit. The flex, so that's not necessary if you're going to buy this. I will say, you know, there is other options when purchasing these holders. You can go to Harbor Freight. You can do, you know, $7 I think for each one. There are little forks, and you can buy the stickers and do it yourself. This was just a This was higher end, a non-necessary purchase, but I really like organization. I like it to look its best. And I'm really going to invest in this box as far as filling it up. They are all soft close as well. I'll try and find it. Nothing's filled up right now. I do have like stuff in boxes still. But 72-inch box, 24 inches deep. So 72 wide, 24 deep. All soft close, a third wheel, third caster to support the weight. Locking on the corners. I do have these right here for like paperwork and stuff if I needed to. That's what I got so far, guys. So let me know if this helped y'all in any way. If y'all didn't care about the video, if you already knew all this information, or if you do the same setup. You know, like I said, I did have a smaller drawer before because I had a smaller box, but I went bigger with this one. So I think it's a pretty good setup. I still got to work with some stuff and move things around to get it to my liking. And of course, buy more tools. So we have the Tekton full socket set with extra sockets still in the boxes. And we have the Olsa Tools magnetic socket holders. I'm looking at that one. That one's actually on the left, while the other two are in the center. Doesn't bother me, is what it is, but I think it's a good variation. You can get these in all colors: orange, purple, green, black, red, blue. But the metric is going to be only specific to 3 colors, I think, and then the SAE is specific to 3 colors, just so you don't have the same and you're not grabbing the wrong stuff. So let me know what y'all think. Please put something in the comments. It is my first video. I hope the lighting worked out. I hope the camera wasn't too bad. And let me know what y'all think, or if y'all are going to do the same thing. Cool. Talk to you later. Bye.